All right, so today is the 14th. Let's see what coffee we have today. Right there in the center. This one doesn't really want to open. Ooh, this one sounds good. We've got maple cinnamon coffee. I don't really recall having a super cinnamony coffee before, but I almost always like the maple ones. There was one maple coffee that it just didn't come out right. It tasted like a bad bourbon coffee for some reason. But maple coffee is usually a pretty good flavor for me. I love anything maple. Maple donuts, pancakes with maple syrup. Maple's a good flavor. I'm looking forward to this one. So today I want to give more of a warning and a reminder and less of a rant. It's going to be especially around the holiday times where people are spending a lot of money and looking for extra deals and maybe kind of running themselves into some financial trouble. Be especially vigilant about scammers. The last thing you want to get for Christmas is an overdraft in your bank account because you gave someone the access to your computer and your computer auto logs into your bank account. So make sure you use things like password managers. Generally, keep your two-factor authentication up. It's best to use actual authentication apps over emails or text messages because it's much harder for a scammer to use an actual authenticator than it is just for them to get into your email or text messages. Also, keep in mind that while crypto is really super secure and it's easy to protect your crypto, if you lose control of it, you can't get it back generally. It's basically like someone walking away with a $50 bill or something, or however much money it is. There's really generally no avenue to get that back unless they find the person that stole it still in possession of it, because it's that secure and it's often untraceable, which I believe is generally a good thing, but it's also one of those things where if you fuck up with it, you're kind of screwed. So I'd say the biggest thing is make sure you keep layers of protection. And if someone's messaging you from a new account, especially someone like me that creates a lot of content, it would be really easy for someone to take my voice and image and make an AI version of me these days. So just always be extra vigilant. If someone messages you from a new account, contact their old account first, assuming they still have the old account. If anything looks strange about their old account, just question everything. Recently had a friend whose Facebook account got hacked, and they're like an 80-year-old lady or something like that. I don't know their specific age. Well, I'm gonna say 60s to 80s. It's hard to tell these days, but because people don't take care of themselves, you know. But their account immediately got changed to like some young woman. They didn't even think to change the name. They didn't pay attention to the messaging history I had with this person. They still had a lot of the old photos of her looking like an elderly woman up. And these scammers are very lazy. And one of the biggest things they will do that is a huge sign is they constantly pressure you, right? If they are messaging you 2 or 3 times a day, or just like sending a question mark, asking like, yo, what's going on? There's two things that scammers are going to try and do almost immediately. Is they're going to pressure you to act as quickly as possible so that one, you don't have time to think about it. Two, you don't have time for friends and family to say, hey, what are you doing here? The other thing they're going to do is generally try to get you off platform as quickly as possible to some type of encrypted messaging system like Cash App or Telegram, because they know that if you look at that profile long enough, you may be like, wait, why did she how did she randomly get 40 years younger and like change her facial structure and hair color overnight, right? So always be vigilant. Don't get yourself scammed for the holidays. And let's see what this maple cinnamon tastes like. Okay, it's not nearly as strong as I thought it would be. The problem with cinnamon is people use way too much of it. Way too much of it. I can barely taste it, but that's exactly how much cinnamon should be in something like this. I can really taste the maple. Maple's coming through strong. This is a really flavorful coffee already. So we're gonna start off with just the cream. I'll get the cap later and see where things go from there. This is probably one I'd put the raw sugar in. Yeah, I think this needs a little bit of sweetness. It's really good with just the cream, but the thing about cinnamon is it's got like it makes things feel sort of dry and bland with the aftertaste. I don't have like a stand or anything yet, so you'll just have to bear with me for a second here. Makes things feel, it's just, there's like I don't know even how to describe it. There's like a hollow, weird, dry, like almost cardboardy aftertaste to cinnamon sometimes. And you can usually cover that up entirely with just a little bit of sweetness. So I don't think I want the French vanilla creamer on this. That would be too many different flavors going on that I don't think would mesh all that well. Although honey might have gone well with this, but like I said, I don't really want to try honey in any of these Advent coffee calendar ones because that's an experiment for me, putting honey in the coffee. So I'm going to start with something I have a lot more experience with, you know? Be like, how does this compare to the sugar version of that coffee? Let's see. Okay, this is really good. I might even add a little more sugar than I had already. Now it tastes like, it almost tastes like a maple donut, just not as sweet. I think the cat just pushed the cap behind the refrigerator. So I'm gonna have to go and find that. But I'll see you guys later. No stream today, because today is my day off. I got dishes and all kinds of other chores to do, laundry, all that stuff. But I will see you tomorrow for the weekly mental health, and he's still playing with the cat. I'll see you for the weekly mental health and philosophy stream tomorrow. Cheers.